A lot of people nowadays have confusion over the difference between an empath and a super empath. If you're having trouble figuring out what the difference is, stick around. In this video, we'll discuss empath traits versus super empath traits. Have you always been wondering how to describe yourself? Stay tuned until the end. The last point is the most powerful. Now, let's get started. Empaths have a hard time setting limits. It's important for the empath to set limits and to be clear about what they are. That can help them feel better. They also need to understand how to conserve their own energy so that their emotional reserves don't get depleted. But it's difficult for empaths to set boundaries. They sometimes find it difficult to stop giving since they tend to be givers. And even when they have no energy, they keep giving. So they feel that when they set limits, it makes it seem like they don't care about their loved ones, although that actually isn't true at all. Boundaries are important for empaths because they feel the feelings of others deeply. When a person is finding it difficult to figure out how to separate their own feelings from the feelings of others, it's definitely important to set boundaries, and they may need to get professional help to do so. Super empaths have a hard time setting limits too, but they don't let themselves get exploited. Super empaths have a great deal of intuition. Everyone has intuition, but super empaths trust their gut feelings and they follow them. They have self-esteem and self-respect. They use it to protect themselves from physical harm and to warn them about negative energy. They don't ignore their gut instincts and they've learned to trust them. They know how to communicate positively. They find humor in situations when there is negative energy around them. And they're thankful for the things that they have. They express gratitude. They appreciate the things in their life that are going well. They have trouble taking care of themselves, but they do put in the effort to. They have empathy for themselves. They can listen to their own ideas, emotions, as well as the ideas of others. They're vulnerable, but they're also strong. They follow their instincts to accomplish things that make them happier, stronger, and healthier. Empaths are intuitive. Empaths are able to notice small things that give them insight into other people. They can, for example, tell right away when someone is telling the truth. So when they make decisions, they put a lot of trust in their instincts. Some people may think that they're being rash, but actually what they're doing is making their decision based on their instincts. But empaths don't always trust their intuition. Since they have a desire to fit in, they don't always recognize these gifts. Super empaths trust their intuition. Super empaths instinctively know what's going to happen. They trust those instincts instead of doubting them. They know that empaths tend to lack self-esteem. They know that they have a desire to be adored. They don't let people steal their energy from them. They don't spend too much time with energy vampires. They're very conscious and aware of how another person is making them feel. If another person is making them feel negatively, then they'll choose not to be around that person. They're able to walk away for good and reclaim their energy. Because of this, they have more free time. They enjoy life more. Super empaths understand how to transform negative energy into positive energy. One way of doing that is they may bring plants to the office. They surround themselves with things that are beautiful. Empaths need to spend time alone sometimes, but they feel like they shouldn't. Empaths need to spend time being alone. They think too much and can get exhausted. They need to get re-energized because they're so sensitive to other people that they can get drained, and even good feelings can wear them out. So sometimes they need to recharge their batteries. They have a tendency to get burnt out if they can't rest and be alone, and it can affect their well-being. Just because they need some alone time, though, doesn't mean that they're an introvert. They can be introverts. They can be extroverts as well. And they can be anywhere in between. People may energize them if they're an extrovert, but even so, they still get to a point where they're exhausted and they need to be alone. Extroverted empaths may need to be cautious about this because they like being around people, but if they don't spend time being alone to recharge, it could be detrimental to them. Super empaths don't mind being alone. Although empaths like to be alone, they sometimes doubt whether they should be alone. Super empaths don't doubt that at all. If they want to be alone, then they're alone. They're not afraid of spending time by themselves recharging. They avoid company when they feel that's what they need to do. They crave alone time and they need breaks. They need a breather. They need to be away from clutter and noise. You need to breathe and recuperate. They don't want to be constantly influenced by other people. They don't want to have interactions with people constantly. They tend to avoid social media. People may say that they're a loner, but because of that, they're less likely to pick up other people's emotions. They become more assertive. It's not that they don't like spending time with other people. They do, especially when it's someone they enjoy, but they set boundaries. They don't make decisions with other people. They make decisions on their own. Enjoying the video so far? Then don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more insightful psychology videos like this one. You'll only get smarter, and it's free. Empaths have a unique perspective of the world. Empaths have a unique perspective of the world because they're intuitive. They have a deep emotional awareness, deeper than most people. And they notice things and make connections that other people don't necessarily notice. Being unique can have drawbacks. The world doesn't really allow people to have emotional expression very much, but if they don't have their own emotional expression, then their creativity and sensitivity can become stifled. They can be uninspired, disengaged, and generally not do well. They may find that it's hard to deal with the intense emotions when their senses are overwhelmed. So they have a difficult time protecting themselves from other people and what they're feeling. It's important for them to take care of themselves and set healthy boundaries, especially when they're around negativity. It can create stress when they don't do that. Sometimes, empaths find it difficult to protect themselves from embracing other people's feelings, and they need to take care of themselves and establish healthy boundaries to protect themselves, especially from negativity. When they don't know how to do that and don't have a way of doing that, it can make them feel distressed. They may need professional help to create boundaries and to help them learn how to take care of themselves. That's especially important if it's affecting their quality of life, keeping them from relationships, or keeping them from reaching their goals. They need to realize that their own feelings are as important as the feelings of other people. Super empaths are visionary leaders. Super empaths know that when they reach their own potential, they can help people. Empaths have a unique way of seeing the world, and super empaths have that as well, but they can turn that uniqueness into vision. Super empaths are visionary leaders. They can decipher the underlying meaning of what's happening in the body, in business, and in the planet. They can think outside the box and take a step back from a situation, and can figure out what is important and how to solve problems that way. They're visionary leaders and they create change. They make the planet more peaceful, and they know how to use their gifts for good. Their ability to see the good in others can make them feel vulnerable, but they know how to use their gift, and they have tools to accomplish their goals. Empaths have a great deal of empathy. Empaths naturally have a great deal of empathy, which is why they tend to have the ability to relate to the experiences and feelings of other people. And they have a tendency to understand other people's perspectives. One example could be that a friend of yours has lost a loved one. And even though you've never lost a loved one, your empathy lets you understand the suffering that they're going through. And you take it even a step further. You feel their pain, you feel their loss, as if it was your own experience. So you feel their suffering, and you also feel their joy and happiness. That's what empathy is. Super empaths have empathy, but they also have a very strong presence. The difference is that super empaths have a very strong presence. Their ability to be with people is tremendous, as they take that gift and use it to its full potential. They don't shelter themselves, they expose their heart. They're not overwhelmed by other people's energies. The presence of a super empath actually heals people, because when they feel and see and understand someone on a deeper level, the other person experiences healing. They amplify their positive energy and their gifts, and they really show up for people who need them. At some level, they're able to heal other people emotionally. And if you like this video, then check out these related videos to see more.